The Bible describes 7 signs before the rapture, but ancient Hebrew scrolls reveal they're happening backwards. Israel coming back should have been the last sign, not the first. The Dead Sea Scrolls show a timeline written in reverse, starting with the nation that vanished for thousands of years. When you understand why God flipped the order, you'll see what makes the trumpet blast. But here's what will shock you most. The 7th sign already happened in heaven, waiting to appear on earth. We'll expose the backwards pattern, revealing which event breaks through next. The backwards timeline we mentioned? It started with a girl named Sarah, standing on a boat, watching impossible land appear. May 14, 1948. Sarah was 19. Numbers on her arm, 174592. Her parents turned to ash at Auschwitz, her brother's skull crushed by Nazi boots. But she lived, and now she stared at sand her ancestors hadn't touched for 1,878 years.
Is it real, David?
Touch it. Touch the sand.
What if it disappears? What if we wake up back in the camps?
Then we die here. Not there. Never there again.
The boat emptied. Skeletons in striped uniforms stumbled onto the beach. Some kissed the ground. Some just collapsed, crying. Sarah noticed something strange. Ravens flying backwards, against the wind, like time itself had gotten confused. 3 hours earlier, Ben-Gurion had declared Israel reborn. The dead nation gasped back to life, but hidden in his pocket was a scroll 7 rabbis had found. The Dead Sea had vomited up secrets. The timeline ran backwards. 7 dominoes, numbered wrong. The last would fall first. That night, 5 Arab armies invaded. Tanks against farmers. Sarah grabbed a rifle she didn't know how to use.
Jews! You have 1 hour to run to the sea!
I don't know how to swim.
Then we don't run.
David, I'm pregnant.
The word hung between them like a bomb. New life in a land about to die. But the farmers held, then pushed back. Arab armies fled from teenagers with hunting rifles. Impossible. Unless you understood the backwards timeline, when God flips the hourglass, sand flows up. Sarah watched Jews pour in from everywhere. Ships, planes, some walking. From Yemen, people who called airplanes eagle's wings, just like Isaiah wrote. From Ethiopia, black Jews nobody knew existed. From Russia, where speaking Hebrew meant instant death. Sarah found Ben-Gurion vomiting behind the building after his Independence Declaration speech.
What have I started?
The clock. You started the backwards clock.
You're one of the camp survivors.
174,592. And pregnant. This baby will see how it ends.
How? What ends?
Everything. The 7th sign. My grandmother saw it in dreams. 7 dominoes falling backwards. We're living inside her nightmare.
That night, Sarah felt the baby kick for the first time. Outside, bombs exploded. The 2nd domino was already tipping. Wars were spreading like fire across dry paper. She wrote in her diary, "The backwards timeline has begun. God is doing everything reversed. The end is now the beginning. My child will see the trumpet. I know it. I feel it. The same way I felt death coming in the camps. But this time, it's not just death. It's something bigger, something final." Sarah's son, Daniel, was 2 when the Korean War exploded. She recognized the sound immediately, the same thunder that killed her parents. Sarah listened to the radio while Daniel played with wooden blocks. Each block had a Hebrew letter. He kept arranging them backwards. She'd fix them. He'd flip them again.
He arranges everything backwards.
All children do that.
No. This is different. Like he knows something.
Boom boom coming, Mama.
What, baby?
Boom boom from the sky. Fire from heaven.
That same day, news came. Atomic bombs, bigger ones, America, Russia, enough to kill everyone on Earth. Sarah remembered the scroll Ben-Gurion showed her. The second backwards domino, wars shrinking from heaven-sized to human-sized. Here's what that meant exactly. In heaven, angels fought with power that could shatter galaxies. That cosmic war got squashed down, pressed into human battles, like forcing lightning into a bottle. The bottle cracks, everything burns. Sarah's American cousin Tommy wrote from Korea. His letter arrived, stained with frozen blood.
Sarah, it's hell here. Worse than what you described from the camps. At least the Nazis wanted us alive for labor. They just want us dead. My friend Jake froze to death beside me. I held him while he turned blue. The Chinese sent 300,000 soldiers at us. We had 2,000, but we held. Don't know how. Maybe your backwards God helped.
Television arrived in Israel. Sarah watched mushroom clouds rise over test sites, each explosion bigger. Hiroshima, one city. Now they had bombs that could erase whole countries. The clouds looked like fists. Giant fists punching up through Earth, trying to hit heaven.
Turn it off. Daniel's watching.
He needs to see. He's part of this.
Part of what?
The generation that sees the end. My grandmother's prophecy.
Daddy, why do people like burning each other?
They don't like it, son.
Then why don't they stop?
Because something broke when Israel came back. The timeline flipped. Everything that should happen last is happening first.
By 1967, Daniel was 19, fighting in the Six-Day War. Sarah's letters to him came back unopened. Then he appeared at her door, missing his left eye.
I saw things, Mother.
What things?
Angels fighting above us. While we fought below,
The cosmic war. It's getting closer to Earth.
the Syrian soldier who took my eye, he was screaming about demons. Said they were everywhere. Then he shot himself.
The barrier is getting thinner
Between what and what?
between heaven's war and ours. When it breaks completely,
The seventh domino?
you remember my stories.
I dream them every night. The timeline running backwards. The trumpet getting louder.
The second domino hadn't just fallen. It shattered into nuclear pieces. Sarah felt it in her bones. The third domino was already wobbling. The earth itself was about to shake. Sarah was 76 when the earth started screaming. December 26, 2004. She was visiting Daniel's family in Thailand. Her granddaughter Miriam, age 7, played on the beach. Then the ocean ran backwards.
Mommy Sarah! The water is scared!
Miriam! Run to me!
Mom, what's happening?
The third domino. God help us. The third domino.
Bobby, look! All the fish are on the sand.
Everybody run! The water comes back angry!
The wall of black water rose like a liquid mountain. Sarah had survived Nazis, survived wars, but this was different. This was the planet itself trying to vomit out humanity. They ran. Sarah's 76-year-old legs moved like she was 19 again. The roar behind them sounded like God clearing his throat, or choking on human sin. They survived, barely, climbed a hotel roof, watched 230,000 people die in 4 hours. Bodies floating like dolls, children still clutching their mothers, both dead.
Bobby, why did the Earth do that? It's sick, sweet one. Sick from all the blood we've fed it.
Mom, you're scaring her.
It's sick, sweet one. Sick from all the blood we've fed it.
The baby.
Or in this case, the king.
They returned to Israel, but the Earth's fever got worse. 2010, Haiti collapsed. 2011, Japan moved 8 feet sideways. 8 feet. The planet jumped like a person touching hot metal. Then came 2020. COVID. Sarah was 91, locked in her apartment. The sickness killed millions. But Sarah had seen worse. She'd seen the backwards pattern.
Bobby, I'm scared. Of the virus? Of everything. The whole world is breaking. I need to tell you something. About the backwards timeline. Your old stories? Not stories. Instructions. Write this down.
Sarah explained what birth pains really meant. Earth was pregnant with the final kingdom. Every earthquake, a contraction. Every disaster, pushing harder. The planet trying to give birth to something new. But first, the old had to die screaming.
Mom, you're 91. These might be your last words to us.
No. I'll see the 7th sign. I've known since 1948. How do you know? Because I'm the thread. God kept me alive to connect all 7 dominoes. From Hitler's camps to the final trumpet. One witness to see the backwards timeline complete.
That's insane.
Everything's insane when you reverse time. When you make the last first. When you...
The building shook. Another earthquake. Israel had more earthquakes now. Daily, like a drum beating faster and faster and faster.
The 4th domino is next. And this one. This one breaks hearts, not buildings. Whose hearts? Everyone's. Even mine. Even yours.
The screen went black. Power outage. Outside, dogs howled at nothing. Birds flew in circles, confused. The earth itself had lost its mind. Sarah survived death camps to witness all 7 dominoes. Think about that. 91 years. One woman connecting the backwards timeline from Hitler to the final trumpet. Here's the thing. When you actually say you're open to difficult truths out loud, something shifts in how you hear them. So if this story is reaching you, drop "I'm listening" in the comments. Just helps you stay present. Because the 4th domino Sarah mentioned, it breaks hearts, not buildings. Sarah watched her own family freeze from the inside out. Miriam stopped calling. Daniel stopped visiting. Sarah, now 92, sat alone on her birthday. The nurse brought a cupcake with 1 candle.
Any family coming today?
They're busy.
On your birthday?
Hearts are freezing, even good hearts.
What do you mean?
The 4th domino. Love dies before the end comes.
That night, Miriam finally called, but different, cold, talking to her own grandmother like a stranger.
I need money.
Hello to you too. Sweet one.
I'm not your sweet one anymore. nobody's anything.
What happened to you?
I woke up. Realized your God is a lie. Your timeline is mental illness.
Miriam,
My boyfriend says you're delusional. Says Holocaust survivors invented meaning where there is none.
your boyfriend doesn't know.
He knows enough. Are you sending money or not?
I love you.
Love isn't real, Bubby. It's just chemicals. Brain chemistry. Nothing more.
The line went dead. Sarah's granddaughter, the child she'd saved from the tsunami, had become a stranger. The fourth domino wasn't just falling, it was crushing families underneath. Sarah watched the news. Kids killing kids in schools, but not angry killing, cold killing, calculated. They wrote manifestos, made spreadsheets of who to murder first, posted videos explaining why humanity deserved to die. She saw Daniel on the street. Her own son walked past her.
Daniel,
Do I know you?
I'm your mother.
My mother? I don't have a mother.
Daniel, it's me, Sarah. You fought in the Six-Day War. You lost your eye.
How did you? Never mind. Stay away from me.
The backwards timeline explained this. Hearts had to freeze before the fire comes. People had to stop loving before they'd accept the false love. The Antichrist would promise warmth to frozen souls. They'd follow anyone who could make them feel again. Sarah's neighbor killed his own dog. No reason, just wanted to watch something die. Children tortured cats on TikTok for likes. Teachers showed inappropriate content to kindergartners, called it education. The Great Cooling meant exactly this: love dying at the cellular level, neurons that carry compassion shutting down, empathy circuits breaking, humans becoming biological robots, still walking, still talking, but dead inside.
The fourth domino has fallen. My own blood doesn't recognize me. The freezing has reached even the chosen ones. If love can die in my granddaughter's heart, the child I saved from drowning, then love can die anywhere. The world is ready now, ready for the liar. The fifth domino comes next. False prophets with silver tongues, and people will believe them because frozen hearts crave any warmth, even hellfire.
She looked in the mirror. Even her own eyes looked colder. The freeze was spreading. Outside, someone screamed, then laughed, then silence. Sarah knew the voice on TV was lying before she understood why. Something in his eyes, the same deadness she'd seen in camp guards. Prophet Marcus filled every screen. Millions watched. Sarah, now 93, gasped when she saw who stood beside him. Miriam, her granddaughter, wearing white robes, dead eyes.
You are gods. Death is evolution.
My grandmother's God was fear. Marcus freed me.
That's not my granddaughter's voice.
The fifth domino wasn't falling. It was speaking, screaming, vomiting lies from million mouths. YouTube prophets, TikTok messiahs, Instagram gurus, all different faces saying the same poison. You don't need the old God. Churches twisted from inside out. Sarah visited 12 congregations, each one rotting differently. Prosperity gospel, God as ATM machine. Universal salvation, all roads lead nowhere. Progressive revelation, Bible replaced by feelings. One pastor promised wealth or donations. Another said sin didn't exist. A third claimed everyone was already saved. The backwards timeline warned about this. Truth would melt like wax before the fire comes. Sarah's neighbor knocked. Mrs. Chen, carrying crystals that supposedly cured cancer. Her guru, 8 million YouTube followers, channeled ancient wisdom for $99.99 per month. half of Israel followed someone. Prophet Marcus, Divine Mother Elena, Ascended Master Joe. Different names, same source, same sulfur smell Sarah remembered from the camps. Then she saw Daniel on the street. Her son wore Prophet Marcus's symbol, an eye inside a triangle.
Join us, old woman.
Marcus gathers the awakened.
Daniel, I'm your mother.
Marcus is my only father.
He walked past. Her own son. The boy she'd saved from rockets, now lost to something worse than war. That night, Marcus announced his masterstroke, a chip, tiny, harmless, placed in the hand to join his family of gods. Miriam got hers on live television. The crowd exploded with worship, not for God, for Marcus. Sarah noticed something others missed. Every false prophet used the same phrases. Evolution of consciousness, God within, no judgment, like they were reading from the same script, because they were. The backward scroll had warned. Many mouths, one voice, many puppets, one hand. Street preachers multiplied like rats, every corner, every subway, every screen. But opposite of John the Baptist, instead of repent, they cried indulge. Instead of preparing the way for Christ, they prepared humanity for Antichrist. Sarah watched her city transform. Jerusalem, David's city, Jesus' city, became Babylon. Temples to false gods sprouted like mushrooms after rain. Even the Western Wall echoed with strange prayers to cosmic mothers and ascended masters. The fifth domino shattered into million pieces. Each piece a lying tongue. Each tongue preparing hearts for the ultimate lie. Sarah wrote with shaking hands, they promise godhood, but deliver slavery. The sixth domino approaches. It has a face, a name, a plan. The world will beg for chains, thinking they're choosing freedom. Even Miriam, even Daniel. Lord, let me live to see the trumpet. Let me witness the real king return. The begging will begin at midnight. Every channel, every nation. The same desperate cry, someone save us. When the world starts collapsing faster, 73 wars, 40 economies dead, billions starving, it will look as if the planet itself wants to die. Then he will appear. They will call him the Architect. And the name will sound familiar, like a shadow from history. Sarah will remember what prisoners once called the Nazi who designed the ovens, the Architect of Death. The title will return, full circle. The backwards timeline will near completion. Jerusalem will flood with worshipers, not for God, but for him. The Architect will promise to fix everything, end all wars, feed the hungry, heal the sick, unite all nations. His solution will be simple. Give him total control. Sarah will drag her 94-year-old bones to the gathering. She will have to see, to witness. The thread connecting all 7 dominoes cannot break now. 1 million people will fill the square. On stage, him, beautiful, perfect, too perfect, like wax fruit that looks alive but poisons you when bitten. Daniel will stand in his security team. Miriam in his youth corps. Both her descendants serving the pretender king.
Peace requires unity. Unity requires authority. Authority requires submission.
Save us! Rule us! Mark us!
The mark won't be the mark yet, but the rehearsal, a small chip for security. for prosperity, for belonging people will rush forward, hands outstretched, desperate for the needle that injects slavery. Sarah will find Miriam in the crowd, tears running down her face.
Bubby, the chip burns when I pray.
Because it hates what you're praying to.
The architect's eyes will find Sarah's across 1,000,000 faces. He will smile, the smile of a serpent that knows it has cornered the world. He won't look evil. That will make him dangerous. Evil never advertises. It arrives dressed as salvation, speaking the words everyone wants to hear, promising everything, delivering death. The world will reorganize overnight. 10 kingdoms forming, 10 kings bowing, all power flowing toward one throne. The UN will dissolve, replaced by the Architect's Council of Peace. Every nation will submit or starve. Digital currency only. Physical money outlawed. No bread without the app. No app without the chip. No chip without allegiance. The trap will close so fast no one will see it until it's too late. Except Sarah. She will recognize the pattern. Different uniforms, same evil. The backwards timeline will mean that this time, evil comes disguised as good. Surveillance cameras will bloom like poisonous flowers on every street, every building, every home. The architect's eyes everywhere, watching, recording, judging. Those who whisper doubt will vanish. Those who refuse the mark will starve. Those who pray to the old god will be hunted. The 6th domino will not just fall, it will crush everything beneath it. Sarah will hide in her apartment, writing, waiting. The sky will flicker more often now, like heaven trying to break through. The 7th domino, the trumpet, will press against reality's skin. Soon, very soon, the true king will answer the false one. Sarah will feel it before she hears it, a vibration deep in her bones, like heaven tuning an instrument too large for the earth to contain. The architect will rule everything. His mark will become mandatory. No chip, no food. No chip, no water. No chip, no life. Sarah will have 72 hours before starvation, but she will know she won't need them, because the 7th domino won't be a domino at all. It will be a trumpet, already pressed against Gabriel's lips. Strange things will start happening, faster and faster. Birds flying backwards, clocks freezing at 11:11, children drawing angels before they've ever heard of them. The veil between heaven and earth will wear paper thin. Sarah's apartment will shake, not from an earthquake, but from something deeper. Reality itself will begin to shiver. Outside, people will walk the streets with glowing hands, their chips pulsing faint green beneath their skin. Then, Daniel will knock.
Old woman, final chance. Take the mark or starve.
Daniel, I'm your mother. You held my hand through 4 wars.
The architect is my only family now. Open the door.
The trumpet's about to sound, son. When it does,
the door will explode inward. Daniel will stand there with his security forces, but his eyes, for just a moment, will flicker with recognition.
Mom.
There's still time, baby. Choose.
The chip in his hand will begin to smoke, burning him from the inside. He will scream, collapse. The others will drag him away. Sarah will never see him again, not on this side of eternity. An hour later, Miriam will arrive, alone, her right hand wrapped in bloody bandages.
I cut it out, Bubby, with a kitchen knife. It screamed when I did it.
The seventh sign comes tonight. I feel it.
The sky will turn colors that don't exist yet. Purple, gold, silver, white, like heaven bleeding through. Believers around the world will stop mid-sentence, mid-step, mid-breath, feeling the same pull upward. Sarah will have survived the worst of humanity wars, earthquakes, betrayal, the freezing of hearts, false prophets, and the rise of the false king, all to witness this moment. The thread connecting all 7 signs will finally reach its end, or its beginning. Then, it will happen. The sky will split like fabric not torn, but opened. Something massive will push through from the other side. Sarah will hear it first, a note so pure, it will make her heart young again. The trumpet. Louder than atoms splitting. Quieter than snowfall. Both at once.
Bobby, I'm floating.
So am I, sweet one. So am I.
The last thing Sarah will see is millions of believers rising like reverse lightning. The thread complete. The backwards timeline finished. The real king coming home. The trumpet Sarah heard almost never existed. No, Jesus' birth means no trumpet. One angel delivered the message to Mary in Nazareth. If he refused, if she hid in shame, if Joseph abandoned her, if soldiers found the baby, it ends. No birth, no cross, no rising from death, no trumpet blast. Heaven's plan rested on one messenger reaching one girl. Click on the video being displayed on your screen to see how close the whole plan came to dying.